Hello! My name is Callista, and welcome back to Pentiment. In the last episode, we were hard at work on our masterpiece when all the brothers went off to pray, and Prior Ferenc actually came in. He didn't notice that we were here, but he was writing something over in his book. Now, Illuminata is asking what's going on. However, I want to see, what was Ferenc up to? Yeah, he wrote something in here, but... okay, I guess we can't look at it. Okay, fair dues. Now then, hello, Illuminata. Andreas, what was that noise? Oh, I'm sorry, Sister Illuminata. I knocked a bowl of paint onto the floor. But then Prior Ferenc came in, wrote in one of his books, slammed it closed and left. He was in such a hurry, I don't think he even noticed me. He was slamming books shut. Prior Ferenc should know better than that. Some of these manuscripts are quite delicate. Yeah, he did seem to be in quite the hurry. He seemed to be in a great hurry. I think he is on edge since Baron Rothvogel arrived early. Which is why books should not be taken out of the library unless it is necessary for divine reading or work in the scriptorium. Oh, are you still mad at me for borrowing the Chronica Clara? Oh, that reminds me, there are a few more books I've been wanting to borrow. Oh, I don't think we should be picking our luck, but what is this? Oh, also, divine reading. Lectio Divina is the thoughtful reading of and meditation of Scripture. The practice leads to prayer and contemplation. It is a daily part of life in the Benedictine communities. Okay. Chronica Clara. The Clear Chronicle, a history of the universe from creation to 1082, written by the Irish monk Marianus Scotus. Okay. Cool. Yeah, let's not push our luck here. Are you still mad at me for borrowing the Chronica Clara? No, anger is not an appropriate response for a nun. Yes, that is a yes then. But the fact remains that you tricked me into giving you that book for no valid reason. Not valid? Is it not valid to want to see the work of one of the great Irish scribes? You sound angry. Well, of course she's going to be angry. If we tricked her into giving us the book, then yes, of course she's going to be angry. I mean, she works in a library. Surely she would want people to experience the books on the shelves. Surely she would want people to learn. Not valid? Is it not valid to want to see the work of one of the great Irish scribes? Or one who wrote masterworks that even now grace libraries at Cologne, Fulda, and Mainz? No, it is not. Not unless it pertains to your work or the abbot permits it. And now, if you'll excuse me... Wait, what's all this fuss about Lorenz Rothvogel? Why is Prior Ferenc so nervous? Lorenz? I didn't know you were familiar enough with the man to use his Christian name. Anyway, I haven't dealt with him personally, but the Prior and Father Abbot have. I only know that he's purchased a number of our most valuable manuscripts over the years. And he paid enough to help the Abbey when we needed it. Like what? What did he buy? I can't remember. You know, I have my own responsibilities to attend to. How about this, Andreas? If you help me recover some missing books, I'll tell you what I know about the Baron. Oh. What? No, we want the gossip. We want all the deets. This man is suspicious. A lot of people seem to have beef with him. Yeah, I want to know stuff. Of course, I'll help in any way I can. Thank you. It's for the good of the Abbey. Where should I begin? Out there, where you and your cohorts have carelessly strewn books around the scriptorium, I will tell you what books I'm looking for, find them, and return them to me. The first books are 2 volumes of the Aeneid. Reddish covers, 14 inches by 10 inches, 3 inches thick. Innsbruck inches or Nuremberg inches. Oh, I know the ones. They're among Piero's favourites. He keeps them by my desk. Well, if we know where they are. Oh, I know the ones. They're among Piero's favourites. He keeps them by my desk. They are not his to keep. Yeah, let's... As someone who is a former library assistant, it is very annoying when people don't bring the books back. Yeah, let's grab them. Oh. Oh, hello! Well, this is cool. I would assume this is Latin. Okay, so we have a lady and gentleman over here. They are canoodling, and someone is watching them. Oh, his lover is burning. And he's pissing off. Okay. There's a fair amount of wear on these. I hope you don't mind. Those volumes were old, even when Piero started to make the copies. How long ago was that? 3 years. The Aeneid is not one of my favourite stories, but I understand why it appeals to Piero. Oh, this is cool. I've heard of the Aeneid, but I couldn't say what it was about. Oh, I like that. She's coming in to explain. Oh, that's really cool. Aeneas chose his duty to the gods over his lover, Dido. And Andreas is coming in to understand. Oh, I like this. I like this kind of storytelling. Do you think Aeneas' sense of duty appeals to Piero? We all have our vocations. Brother Piero takes his more seriously than most of the others in this abbey. You clearly take your chosen vocation seriously. Andreas, I didn't have a choice in my vocation. Few women do. Oh. So, well, surely it's not that... Sir. Is it really that bad? Is being a woman that limiting? Well, in the 1700s, yes! Extremely so. She's exaggerating, it's fine. Grobian. Grobian, no. How would you... Exactly. Exactly. I highly doubt that Andreas has actually given all that much thought to what it's like to be a woman. I'm happy to say, Illuminata, over yonder, I am happy to say that in the next few centuries, you know, women get significantly more rights. I would say that, you know, women... I would still argue that women are somewhat limited today. Not nearly as much as, you know, back when, but, you know, I would argue there are still ways in which women are limited in today's society. Yeah. Yeah, how would you know, Andreas? True, she knows her life better than I do. You're right, of course. I appreciate that you understand how limited our roles and our choices truly are. Here's the thing, you're not just limited by your gender. There's also, you know, the family into which you were born, your social class. Someone who is extremely poor has fewer options than someone who has, you know, enough money to live comfortably and never have to work a day in their lives. There is more that limits one's life than gender alone. However, yeah, Illuminata is not going to have had much say in her life in the way it went. I appreciate that you understand how limited our roles and our choices truly are. Even in stories, we are maidens to be rescued and wed, cruel seducers of men or wizened crones. Like Dido, we ordinary women are merely tools in the tales of men. We can never be the protagonists of our own stories. Oh, give it a few centuries, love. Give it a few centuries and then you will be, but... Yeah, no, not in this time period. No woman is exempt from that. From the empress to a nun. It is our lot. I suppose I understand now why you are not fond of the Aeneid. It's fine poetry for men. And now, the books, if you please. Yes, of course. Thank you. Next, Wretched Guerin. This is a printed copy, green cover, diamond pattern. I've never heard of this one. Wretched Guerin, an Italian chivalric romance written by Andrea di Barberino in the early 15th century. The titular character rises from impoverished origins to go on heroic adventures and discovers his noble parentage. Originally published as a manuscript, it enjoyed greater success as a printed book. Very interesting. Thank you. Next, Wretched Guerin. This is a printed copy, green cover, diamond pattern. I do not have the size in the ledger, but hopefully the description is enough. I know the one you're talking about. Brother Adoc was reading it. Okay. And Adoc looked over here. Aha. Ooh. Again, I can't read this, but considering it was written by an Italian, I would assume... Yeah, this looks like how I imagine Italian to look. The beauty of this book truly belies its ridiculous content. I'm surprised the Abbey owns a copy. We don't. It belongs to... Is that Almadea? I think that's Almadea. We don't. It belongs to Almadea Rusco of Lugano. It's a Venetian edition that's quite valuable. He loaned it to us 5 years ago. It was subsequently lost, and the abbot has received 3 letters about it. 3 letters over only 5 years? I would have been, like, coming up to the abbey after year 1, like, hey, where's my book? What have you done? He loaned it to us 5 years ago. It was subsequently lost, and the abbot has received 3 letters about it. I've certainly seen the brothers enjoying it. That book is not appropriate reading for Benedictine monks. A baby is sold to pirates, raised a servant, then lives a life of adventure, wooing princesses and fighting in tournaments. You forgot the best part. In the end, Guerin learns he has royal blood, the son of a duke. He reigns as a king and dies a pious hermit. What's not to love? Benedictine should be dreaming of reconciliation with our Lord, not lusty adventures. What's the harm? I suppose you're right. It's better suited to knaves like me. Ooh, I mean, here's the thing. She's religious. She's religious. The harm is that this damages their immortal soul. That's the harm. It could encourage, especially if it was like a young Benedictine monk, you know, he's only recently arrived, he's still homesick, he's still lusting after all of the gorgeous women or men out there. Like, this could encourage, like, run away, go back to your old life, and thus sacrifice your immortal soul. That's where she's thinking from. Yeah, lusty adventures, leave that to the likes of Andreas. I suppose you're right. It's better suited for knaves like me. It's not my place to reprimand anyone for reading stories, least of all you, Andreas. Still, we must be on guard. Fantasy leads to temptation. Temptation has led to the downfall of many men and women. Sometimes, yes, but books like this, it's all the same type of fantasy, isn't it? To die better than we are born. And what's the problem with that? Why shouldn't a peasant dream of being a king? There is neither Jew nor Greek, neither slave nor free, neither male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. We may be one in Christ, but we are not equal in this world. It isn't this world you should be concerned with, Andreas. What? The book, Andreas, we must return it. Or would you like the abbot to receive a fourth letter? I hate to see the brothers disappointed, but I understand. It's not my goal to deprive the brothers of their joy, but to return Almedea Rusco's property. The book, please. Yeah, okay. There we go. There is only one book left. Then you will be freed from bondage. A dark red cover, 8 inches high, 5 inches across, 2 inches thick. Oh, I remember that. I believe Brother Guy was reading it. Okay. And a yoink. Now that I think about it, Guy has always been guarded about this book, like he was hiding it. Very good. Please bring it here. You haven't told us what this is. Also, this, I think... Amour, that's French. That's French for love. I don't speak fluent French. I did French in school. Aimer touché par Dieu et... I can't... I'm just trying to get like a... Like, is there anything... Like, there's something about love down here. For the divine grace of something. Yeah, amour again. So this one was talking about grace. This is talking about love. Okay, noble love. Yeah, I can't get like a decent, like, okay, yeah, this is what it's saying word for word, but like a rough translation. They're talking about love. There's a lot of stuff about love here. Very good. Please bring it here. What is this, anyway? There we go, it is French. I was gonna... If it turned out to be something else, I would have felt very foolish. Huh. Maybe I should have learned French at some point. What is this? Oh. What is with this spooky music? Oh. Vous en prie par amour. I want to read this. Something about, you know, you must have a lot of diligence. I want to say that mal is bad. I mean, that's... comprehend? So maybe like some, you know, like, oh, you understand something badly? That's humility. So, understanding with humility, I think that is. An example. I'm having to go off, like, English has a basis in French. After, you know, we got invaded. England got invaded. in obviously 1066, at which point we were conquered by William of Normandy, and he brought French to the British Isles, and at that point what was English at the time sort of melded and came together with French, and that's why there's, you know, some overlap with English and German, there's some overlap with English and French. There's also a little bit of you know, the Viking languages, Scandinavian, that kind of area. The Vikings came over and brought a bunch of words with them, such as murder, we got that from the Vikings, and cake, oddly enough. That's a true fact. We get the word cake from the Vikings. So I'm having to go off like, well, this looks vaguely like this English word, so maybe, here's mundane. So a mundane love? That looks like application. For a love divine? So maybe you would, you know, like, oh, you would do this with a mundane love, but then you can apply this to a more divine type of love. Maybe I'm having to guess here. Why are you asking so many questions? Just give it to me. Oh, why won't you tell me what this book is? Well, given the spooky music, I'm just like, I don't think this book is anything good. And I mean, really, we haven't asked many questions. We're asking the same question. I haven't asked so many questions. I've asked one question twice, and you haven't answered me. I have good reason not to answer you. Okay. I mean, I feel like we should wait, rather than push like, yes, come on, give me the answers. I feel just like, if we don't say anything, I think there's a chance that she'll start kind of word vomiting. 3 French bishops condemned the book. All copies were to be burned. Its author shared the same fate, so it's heretical. Oh, is this... We're getting a lot of divine love. Is this like, oh, you should experience divine love by banging everyone you can? Get to the banging. Do it. I mean, the French are a very romantic people. You know, that would explain it. Its author shared the same fate. What? Why? I don't know, Andreas. It isn't my place to question the judgment of one bishop, much less 3. And before you ask, no, I haven't read it, but I know it contains a dialogue between love and reason. So the book is dangerous. When did the bishops condemn it? "200 years ago. My goodness. What? Why? Why is it still here?" Because Father Matthias loved books. All books. He didn't want to see it destroyed. Okay, if I remember correctly, Father Matthias, that was he was the previous head of the abbey. And Il Peter was saying, oh yeah, he didn't mind us having some vaguely heretical beliefs about Perchta. Yeah, Perchta was, you know, on our lips, but Christ was in our hearts. Father Matthias knew that. We could be Christian, and we could still keep to the old ways, but Father Gano is very much like, no, it's heresy. Get rid of it. Okay. Sounds reckless. And he was right to do so. Books shouldn't be destroyed, even if their content is in question. I can sympathize with him. I mean... Yeah, this is beautiful. This is stunning, and it's going to be burnt? I don't think Andreas would get so... You know, I don't think he'd be so vocal about it, but I do think it would make him sad. This is beautiful art. I can sympathize with him. That's fine, but Father Matthias is gone. It's not my place to question the former abbot's decision, but when Father Gano learned it was in our possession, he wanted it destroyed. Oh, how did Father know even know the book was here? Must the book be destroyed? No one even knows that it's here. Well, I refuse to give it to you if all you're going to do is destroy it. Fine, here, take it. Yeah, how did he know? How did Father Gano even know the book was here? And no, I don't. No, I wanna pick it. There we go. Mother Cecilia made a note of it in the inventory when she was the librarian. Oh. I mean, must it? It's stunning. Must the book be destroyed? No one even knows that it's here. I do. So does Mother Cecilia and Father Gano. Oh. I don't necessarily want to piss this lady off. She has information that we want. But it is beautiful. It survived 200 years. It has survived 200 years. Oh, I don't know. Oh. I said in the last episode, Andreas, you know, we had the option to pick a hedonist option. Oh, you know, I don't like to do more work than is usual or than is necessary. And I said at the time, like, I think Andreas takes his art very seriously. In all other aspects of his life, he might half-ass things, but not when it comes to art. I think he's very passionate. Books are art. Books are absolutely art. And it doesn't... Here's the thing, I love books. I adore books. I'm a voracious reader. And I would hate for this book to be destroyed. I'd hate for it to be destroyed from a literary sense. I think Andreas is coming at this from an artistic sense. Someone put a lot of time and effort into these images. And they're beautiful, and they shouldn't be burned. Well, I refuse to give it to you if all you're going to do is destroy it. What? Why not? What are you going to do with it? No, let's... Read it and become a French heretic. Maybe let's not push her that much. I'm not sure. I'll hide it. Keep it safe. Give me that book or our deal is forfeit. Oh, and there we have... She has stuff we want to know. I won't tell you anything about Baron Rothvogel. Oh... Consider the sound theological reasons for allowing this book to exist. I appeal to your duty as the librarian of this abbey to not destroy this book. I propose a compromise. I will take the book from the abbey far away. Fine, take it. I'm drawn to one of these. Because here's the thing. Consider the sound theological reasons for allowing this book to exist. Bishops have banned it. Ultimately, that's all she cares about. This has been banned by the church. There is nothing that could come above that. Oh, it's your duty as the librarian. She is the librarian, and she is going to burn this book because that's what she's been ordered to do by her superior. This is... This pleases everyone. The book is no longer in the abbey. And the book is saved. I want the information though. Oh. What does Andreas value more, information or art? I gave him a background as a logician, so he probably values both. Oh, no. I don't want the book to be destroyed. I think that's I reckon Andreas is probably a bit of a chancer. Probably, yeah. I propose a compromise. I will take the book from the Abbey, far away. I'll be gone by the time Father Gano asks about it, and if you like, you can say I stole it. I doubt he'll make a fuss about me stealing a book he wanted destroyed. I don't like this, Andreas. It feels wrong in my heart. Oh, hello. Hello. Logician background, offered to help Illuminata enthusiastically. We've got a... I think we might be in here. I swear I'll take it far away. It's been out here for years. And besides, how could you have stopped me? I'm trusting you in this, Andreas, against my better judgment. Don't make me regret this. Oh, hell yeah. Excellent. Way. Oh, thank you, Illuminata. I promise. I'll take it far, far away. Now then, Baron Rothvogel. Quickly, though, I need to finish up here soon. You said that he buys books from the Abbey. What kind? Oh. She may only have time to answer one question, so I should choose carefully. Okay, you said he buys books from the Abbey. What kinds? How long has he been visiting the Abbey? He seemed unusually friendly with me. I don't understand it, honestly. He mentioned finding a copy of Historia Tassii. He said it had some scandalous details in it. Oh. Okay, I think... He seemed unusually friendly with me. I think that's because we were an amusement. We were something that he could amuse himself with on the trip up to the Abbey. I don't think it was real friendliness. I don't think it was genuine. How long has he been visiting the Abbey? He said that his parents were patrons. So probably for a very long time. I think it's between the top and the bottom. I'm drawn. He seemed very pleased about the book he had. He didn't, it wasn't pleased, it was like smarmy, like, it's going to cause a bit of a scandal. Like, he seemed like the cat that had the cream. Yeah, I think I'm most interested in this. He mentioned finding a copy of Historia Tassii. He said it had some scandalous details in it. He also mentioned that Father Matthias had a copy and was looking for another to verify its contents. Do you know anything about the book? I have heard of it, but I have never read it, and I know little about its contents. The subject is broad, but I believe the book deals specifically with the Roman occupation of this land. What about that could have upset Father Matthias so much? What do you know about the Romans in Tassing? Yeah, I mean, that doesn't... I mean, when I say it doesn't sound interesting, I don't mean that it sounds uninteresting. Quite the opposite. It seems ordinary. You know, there's nothing there like, oh, the Roman occupation. Ooh, how shocking. Like, yeah, and especially Father Matthias wanted to verify it. What about that could have upset Father Matthias so much? I can't claim any deep insights into the former abbot's mind. I understood him to be a virtuous and charitable man, sometimes to a fault. It is not always best when an abbot considers himself a friend to his brothers instead of their shepherd. Ooh, do you prefer Father Gano to Father Matthias? Could something in the book have led Father Matthias to a crisis of virtue? Father Matthias was keeping heretical books. He was A-okay with keeping them. Could something in the book have led Father Matthias to a crisis of virtue? Virtue is only found in crisis. Without it, virtue's a little more than ideals. So, perhaps there is merit in that idea. Well, I must be off to Mass. Thank you again for your help, Andreas. Oh, we know about the secret door. Oh, should we, though? Should we say we know about that? I think we should keep that information to ourselves. We shall just smile devilishly then. What are you smiling about? Oh, I suppose you'll be leaving via the crypt. I am filled with the joy of books. Oh, just a little... Yeah, it's the books. It's the books, totally. I'm filled with the joy of books. You are a strange man. Good day, Andreas. God be with you. That's the bell for Sext. The brothers will be sitting down for dinner soon. I should see if Otto is around and still wants to eat with me. I think he's working by the guest house below the abbey. Okay, well, we can do that. However, I am just about out of time for this episode. In the next... Well, actually, you know what? Let's just check. Can we? We can. Okay, in the next episode, we'll see what Ferenz was up to, and then maybe we'll go for dinner with Otto. But until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Callista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.